Hello, and welcome to the It's Not an April Fool Joke Poetry Pea-cast. Of course, you won't get this reference if you're catching up. Either way, welcome. If you've not been here before, my name's Patricia, the host of most of these poetry podcasts in which we feature short forms of poetry inspired by the Japanese haiku form. And today is no exception. I'm delighted to read you some original poetry inspired by February's video prompt on our YouTube channel. My eternal thanks to Linda Ludwig, who creates the poems from the video prompt. She reads every one of them, you know, and chooses her favourite to be featured on the podcast and in the journal. Sometimes she even gets her daughters to send in videos to inspire us, as she did in February. Linda, thank you very much. And thanks to Kimberly too. Please support Linda's work with a virtual round of applause. And then make sure you've submitted this month on the Poetry Pea YouTube channel. This is important though. Don't send your poems directly to me. Leave them in the comments section under the video. Thank you. Oh, and while you're there, perhaps subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps you not to miss anything. And while we're talking of submissions, this month, April 2025, I'm expecting death awareness poems from you, haiku or tanka as per the tradition. And if you do need help, there are a couple of podcasts and some show notes. Have a look at the links on this podcast's episode. And don't forget, just in case, please don't send me poems about the death of other people. That's not what it's all about. But you'll know that if you have a listen to the other podcasts and read the show notes. So, shall we have a listen to some original short form poems? Let's. Gusting wind, the moth spirals alone into the void. Gusting wind, the moth spirals alone into the void. Sandeep Chauhan. Nothing to lose, the feathery touch of a butterfly. Nothing to lose, the feathery touch of a butterfly. Lakshmi Iyer. Hovering over twilight blooms, a moth gets a buzz. Hovering over twilight blooms, a moth gets a buzz. Paul Callis. Seldom known for her authentic self, hummingbird moth. Seldom known for her authentic self, hummingbird moth. Terry L. French. Gentle sway of phlox, buzzing of hummingbird moth, summer in Vermont. Gentle sway of phlox, buzzing of hummingbird moth, summer in Vermont. Roderick Bates. Phlox is one of my favourite flowers. I have some in the garden. Beautiful pink colour, and the smell is divine. Into the blue, the moth and I imbibe our nectar. Into the blue, the moth and I imbibe our nectar. Tracy Davidson. Morning light. From flower to flower, a fleeting wish. Morning light. From flower to flower, A fleeting wish. Nina Singh. March murmuration. The sky dances to springtime. March murmuration. The sky dances to springtime. Rupa Anand. Each purple blue bloom invites hovering, fresh indecision. Each purple blue bloom invites hovering, fresh indecision. Lisa Biller. Roving at will, flower to flower, scent of freedom. Roving at will, flower to flower, scent of freedom. Madhavi Kari. Spring clouds. The weekend daddy, always in a hurry. Spring clouds. The weekend daddy, always in a hurry. Elisa Terriana. More flowers today, humming a cheerful tune. More flowers today, humming a cheerful tune. Tony Williams. The fluttering of the hoverfly, my love for you. The fluttering of the hoverfly, my love for you. James Young. Flitting from room to room, I forget he's gone. Flitting from room to room, I forget he's gone. Kim Clue. To complement these Poetry Pea poets featured today is another original poem, this time from a previous journal. Lunar Eclipse. Our hand-woven rug unravels a universe of moths. Lunar Eclipse. Our hand-woven rug unravels a universe of moths. Dorothy Burrows from the Poetry Pea Journal, Autumn 2021. That was the only one I could find about moths. Clearly, we need to do something about creepy crawlies. And as luck would have it, we're going to do that this year. And this one from a previous podcast with Richard Tice in Series 4, Episode 15. Cabo San Lucas. Moths on siesta decorate the cool toilet wall. Cabo San Lucas. Moths on siesta decorate the cool toilet wall. James W. Hackett from A Traveller's Haiku in 2004. And now a few more haiku that I've found, which feature moths. Pregnant again, the fluttering of moths against the window. Pregnant again, the fluttering of moths against the window. Janice Bostock from Never Really Mine, Red Moon Press, 2011. Moth in camouflage fatigue, alone on standby. Moth in camouflage fatigue, alone on standby. Atsuko Mine, Frog Pond, 45.3. Moonflowers. Out of her hand a moth becomes a falling star. Moonflowers. Out of her hand a moth becomes a falling star. And that's Reka Nitrai from While Dreaming Your Dreams, Mono Ya Mono Books, Valencia and Spain, 2020. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you again to Linda and Kimberly. And thank you to everyone who submitted to the video prompt. Your mission this week, should you choose to accept it. Check you're on the Poetry Pea mailing list. You don't want to miss out on anything. Submit to the latest video prompt on the Poetry Pea YouTube channel. Submit to whatever reading period is open here at Poetry Pea. Just check the drop-down menu under submissions on the website. And of course, most importantly, till we meet again, keep writing. And now, I can't continue to offer this podcast without a little bit of financial help. You can become a member, purchase one of our journals, or buy us a coffee. Please consider it. Thank you. Ciao.